Hello there. Good evening. I hope you're having a great day today on Monday, November the 17th, 2025. I first want to say thank you for being flexible with the time. I had a little bit of a fire drill I had to handle before coming on here. It's one of those things that just pops up unexpected. So definitely appreciate you all kind of rolling with that. And definitely excited to come on here tonight and talk about Criterion Collection's February 2026 titles. They've been announced. So excited about it. There are a couple of titles on here that I am very excited about. One that I recently heard about for the first time and didn't even know that this was a film from one of my favorite director combos. So I am super excited about this title actually being announced because I was thinking to myself, oh, wow, I'd never heard of that Coen Brothers film. I'll have to check that out sometime. Well, it sounds like sometime will be February 2026. And we've got a Sidney Lumet film. Anyway, we've got a number of titles to go through. I'm going to try to go through this with an economy of time tonight. Definitely appreciate you all joining, and I'm very much looking forward to hearing what you think about these Criterion Collection titles that have been announced for February 2026. And I'm also interested in just knowing, hey, what are you watching? What are you picking up in this November Barnes and Noble Criterion Collection sale? So it's a great time to be a Criterion Collection fan. It's a great time to be in physical media. It's a great time to love movies. And on the other side of this, we're going to get into Criterion's February lineup. Let's do this. All right, Criterion has announced their February 2026 lineup. I am very excited about it, and I know we have a few people out here, so we're going to do a screen share here in a few minutes and go out to the Criterion Collection site and take a look at these titles and just talk about them. But before we do that, let's capture a few comments from some very excited people out here. We have a very excited gentleman here. I always appreciate your joining, Hevat Krastad, the man who wasn't there. Yeah, Coen Brothers title. I'd never even heard of it before. Black and white film. Looking forward to checking that out. This is one of his most wanted criterion, so that's great to know. So glad you're joining. We have Jonathan, the Paprika Elf. I like Paprika. Yeah, cool. I actually had only heard of Cloud before, but The Man Who Wasn't There sounds really interesting, and I added it to my admittedly lengthy list to check out. Same here. So my list to check out as well. And of course, you have an agreement there on that. I actually ordered the Region B of Cloud from Eureka. Okay, good to hear. I may have another option, Solid Kiyoshi flick. Yeah, I may have to check out Cloud. That seems to be getting a lot of love. Hey, everyone, I wasn't expecting to see just two new to the collection additions and the rest being upgrades. First time I've seen this happen. Yeah, first time for everything, as they say. The Man Who Wasn't There is incredible. My excitement level keeps doing this for that title. It's off the screen. See, it's way up here now. So I am super excited. James Gandolfini. Oh, wow. Okay. I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy it. All right. Do I have to wait till February for it? No, did it get postponed 1 hour? Yes, yes. But we are here now. The postponement has now passed. We are now in the stream as we speak. Uh, James, Love Network and The Man Who Wasn't There, one of the Coen's most underrated movies. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Your favorite is Miller's Crossing in one of your top 10 films. Miller's Crossing is a title that ooh, sorry about that. Got my camera needs to be adjusted here. Sorry. Uh, yeah, Miller's Crossing is a title that um, and now it's causing me a little bit of an issue here. I apologize. Okay. All right. Come on. Stabilize here for me. Anyway, Miller's Crossing is a title that I have tried to watch, but I didn't it took me. I wasn't really able to fully get into it, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna have to give it another shot sometime very soon. So I will give it another rewatch. We have Jason saying, "What's up? What's up to you, Jason? Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing very well out there." We have Eric Maldonado Herrera. Great releases of new Criterion titles coming to the collection. I agree. I agree. And I feel like even if you're not interested in the whole slate, if you can at least latch on to, okay, I'm interested in that title, I'm interested in that one. The others I can pass, but I can at least find one or two that I'm interested in, and that's the boat that I'm in. There's two that I am very excited about that I am looking forward to in the month of February. William says, hello, good afternoon to you. We have Jasmine on here there. Hello, Jasmine. How are you doing? Good to see you there. We have Jason. Can't wait for 310 to Yuma on 4K and the man who wasn't there on 4K. Awesome. We have the movie addict. Hello. Hello to you as well. Always great to see you. Great to see you as well. Even though I can't see you, I can see you on the chat here. Always good to see you in the chat. And see, Pete says that was me, James. Post about man wasn't and you're yes. Thank you, Pete. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I remember we exchanged a message on that. I am very excited about that. See what timing, because I mentioned it should be in the collection Magic with Reveal today. Yeah, because I was thinking, did the person who mentioned that, did they have some kind of a hint that that was coming out? But I guess you didn't know. And of course, pleasant surprise. Here it is. We have Steve from across the pond. How are you doing, Steve? Always good to see you. Glad you're in. I'm glad that you like the selection for February. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to the Criterion Collection site. And I'm going to share my screen here. And basically, let me give a quick rundown of what's coming in February based on what they've announced. So there's there's five titles announced for the month of February. You've got four 4K Ultra HDs, two of which are upgrades of existing Blu-rays in the collection. You also have, of course, a new Eclipse set. So this is, I believe, the second Eclipse set, following up from the Abbas Kiarostami set. We now have a set coming on Ernst Lubitsch, his musicals. So that is coming out on Blu-ray to continue the revival of the Eclipse series. And we have another entry in the Criterion Premieres series, the Cloud film by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. So very nice lineup. These are titles that represent the United States, the United Kingdom, and France. So those three countries are represented. But there are no new filmmakers in the collection being added to the collection. So, that's something to observe there. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. We have some upgrades, some new films. It is all good in the neighborhood. So we're going to share the window here. And you should now be seeing the Criterion screen here. February titles announced. It's kind of funny. It took a while for this to come up on the Criterion site. They had already put out their February titles in the what's coming, but or coming soon. But this hadn't was not showing initially, but now it is. So you see here Nightmare Alley. This is Kate Blanchett and Bradley Cooper. I need to finish watching this. I watched like the first few minutes of it, and I'm very, very intrigued. I've heard good things about this title. I picked it up as part of this November Barnes & Noble sale and looking forward to watching that. But let's take a quick look here at what is coming here. Of course, I plan to pick up personally this title. Wait a minute. L L Oh, I don't see Hell's Angels. Oh, wait a minute. I was about to get concerned for a second there. Load more. Yes. Tomorrow, Hell's Angels and L are coming out. So I plan to pick up both of these titles on 4K as part of the Barnes& and Noble sale. And then next week, Thanksgiving week, can you believe that? We've got Eyes Wide Shut coming out on Tuesday. So these are the three 4K titles that I'm picking up over the next week as part of the Barnes and Noble sale. And that probably is going to conclude my Barnes and Noble shopping, in addition to the couple of other titles that I've picked up as part of this Barnes and Noble sale. But very much looking forward to Hell's Angels. I plan to do a review of this title on this channel. This is the film from Howard Hughes. So I'm very excited about checking out this title here. We also have Elle, the film from Louis Buñuel, and of course, Stanley Kubrick's last feature, Eyes Wide Shut. I plan to do a review of that title on this channel as well. So yeah, so that'll wrap up the November slate. And then of course you get to December. His Girl Friday is getting a 4K upgrade. We're getting a release from Mira Nair, Salam Bombay. Of course, her son is going to be the new mayor of New York City here coming up here. But this is director Mira Nair, who gave us Mississippi Masala. This is Salam Bombay coming out on Blu-ray. We have a Powell and Pressburger film, I Know Where I'm Going, on 4K. I'm excited about this. Pee-wee's Big Adventures coming to 4K. We also have Dead Man getting a 4K release. This is David Byrne's American Utopia getting a 4K release. This is a Spike Lee film that's coming out on the 4K format, so that's exciting. Yi Yi from Edward Yang is coming in January, so I'm excited to check that film out for the first time. I've seen it in Barnes & Noble for years, never picked it up on Blu-ray. I'm glad now because it's getting a 4K Ultra HD release. You have another Martin Scorsese World Cinema Project. This is 5 coming out, so that's exciting. Captain Blood's on 4K, starring Errol Flynn. This is from Michael Curtiz, the director of Mildred Pierce, as well as Casablanca. This is now Captain Blood. I've heard good things about this one. We have Caught by the Tides, which I believe is a Criterion Premieres release. And then, of course, you have John Huston's The Dead coming out January the 20th. And House Party, which was supposed to come out in November, is coming out in January, at the end of January, along with Birth, another film starring Nicole Kidman, and Kiss of the Spider Woman that stars William Hurt and Raul Julia. So very much looking forward to that title and seeing that for the first time. So that now brings us to the February titles. And there are some really exciting ones here, especially for those who may not have already picked up these titles. Let's go through them one by one. Starting with February the 3rd, we have this upgrade of an existing title in the Criterion Collection, an upgrade of a Western. This is a Western from Delmer Daves, starring Glenn Ford. And I have really been enjoying some films with Glenn Ford in it recently, including The Big Heat on 4K, which I highly recommend in the Criterion Collection. If you don't have The Big Heat, definitely consider picking that up in this Criterion Collection sale. If you like good film noir, that is one of the best noir titles out there right now. It looks amazing on the 4K format, and it's just a great addition to pick up, starring Glenn Ford, Gloria Graham. You have Lee Marvin in it, who plays the bad guy, and he is awful in this. I mean, he is amazing, but his character is awful, and he is just awesome on the screen, and just a great film. So I highly recommend that. This is a Western I highly recommend, starring Glenn Ford, called 3:10 to Yuma. This is a beautifully shot, psychologically complex Western. You have Van Heflin is a mild-mannered cattle rancher who takes on the task of shepherding a captured outlaw, played with cucumber cool charisma by Glenn Ford. It's been a long time since I've seen this film. I need to rewatch it. I currently have it on Blu-ray here. You see this Blu-ray, and this Blu-ray is, of course, you have 3:10 to Yuma. I would expect the 4K to follow this exact same art in the exact same probably stapled booklet here that you have. So you have Van Heflin and Glenn Ford here. So I would expect the exact same format on the 4K release. There's not much in the way of special features, and as you can see here, that is continued. Here's all the same features that are on this Blu-ray. Now, the interesting thing to note is that when you look at the Blu-ray, it says on the back of this Blu-ray case, new restored 4K digital film transfer. So it says new restored 4K digital film transfer on this Blu-ray from 2013. But when you look here, it says new 4K digital restoration. So this makes me think that this is an actual new 4K digital restoration. That they are not using the 4K digital film transfer that this Blu-ray was based off of. This is a new restoration that they've applied in this case. And it is also getting Dolby Vision. So that is very exciting. But again, the features are all the same. There's nothing new that's being added based on what we're seeing here. And this is an upgrade of spine number 657 in the Criterion collection. It'll come out on 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray combo pack. Blu-ray is available, and also DVD is an option as well. It's coming out on February the 3rd, 2026. You have the man himself here, Glenn Ford. He is just fantastic in this film. Haven't seen it in a long time. I want to revisit it. I am probably not going to be upgrading this title. I'll have to see the reviews. I'm pretty happy with the Blu-ray. I need to revisit the film and just watch it again. But I love Glenn Ford in pretty much everything, even including playing Pa Kent in Superman, from 1978. So, but this is a great film, and I highly recommend it. If you like a good Western, 310 to Yuma is a great option. This also got a remake, a modern remake starring Christian Bale and Russell Crowe, which I have on Blu-ray that I've had for probably over 10 years, and I've never watched it. I need to watch it. So I need to actually watch that. There's an interesting story around how I have that in my collection that I'll probably tell later. But yeah, this is 310 to Yuma, coming to the Criterion collection on 4K Ultra HD in the month of February 2026. So that brings us to the next title here, which is another title that's in the collection. And this is a title that is interesting. I definitely want to talk about this one. This is a fantastic film from John Cassavetes. It's called A Woman Under the Influence. It stars Peter Falk and Gina Rowlands, and it is fantastic. I mean, Gina Rowlands and Peter Falk are both just phenomenal in this film. This is a really good movie. This is an uncompromising portrait of domestic turmoil. You have Gina Rowlands, who just plays this woman struggling with alcohol abuse so well. Just fantastic. It's a landmark American film. It's perhaps the most beloved work. I didn't know it was the most beloved work from John Cassavetes. I've only seen a few of his films, but this is a great one here, A Woman Under the Influence. Now, this is coming out on Blu-ray February the 10th. And what puzzles me is I would have thought that this would be like a 4K release. This is a title that is currently available in the collection as part of this John Cassavetes 5 film set. And so what you have here is a Woman Under the Influence is one of the little packs in here. And if you pull it out here, it is spine 253, which is what you're getting here. And what you're getting here is a standalone, case edition for this title, but it's just coming out on Blu-ray. But this is an existing Blu-ray here in the collection. It's based off of a high definition digital restoration. And as you can see here, it appears to be the same disc. I don't see anything that would indicate that this is anything new. It's certainly not a 4K release based on what we're seeing here. And it would appear to be the same features that we have before. So I don't see anything new. I think it's all the same features that were included in the John Cassavetes set for a woman under the influence, but it's just getting a standalone release in the Criterion collection of Spine 253. So that is a title that if you don't already have the John Cassavetes set and you're interested in this title, then I would highly recommend checking it out. It is an absolutely phenomenal film. I just want to see if I have any other notes on here, but no. But yeah, this is a great film. I love Peter Falk in these different roles, and this is Gina Rowlands, who is just absolutely wonderful. She's also great in another title in the collection called Love Streams. which is so good, so good. But this is her in this film, A Woman Under the Influence. So, yeah. So I am going to stop there for a moment and I'm going to come out and hear what you all think of what we're seeing so far. What do y'all think? Let's see. We have here Jake. This lineup was perfect for my Cohen brothers watch through. Extremely interesting body of work from them. Yeah, great. Yeah, the more I hear about The Man Who Wasn't There, the more I am looking forward to checking that out. Ah, we have a voice from down under. Hello from Australia. Echoes and monochrome. Hello there. How are you doing? Great to see you out there. Been wanting network a long time and always thought a man who knew too much deserved love too. Okay, awesome. Let's see. What a great variety for February 2026. I agree. I agree. I love a nice eclectic mix of titles, something for everybody. You know, you may not want to get everything. You may only want to get one thing, but there's something for most collectors in these announcements. So I'm very excited about that. We need more traditional noir and neo noir films to the Criterion Collection. Yeah, the more noir titles, the better. How many of y'all are enjoying some great noir titles this month in Noirvember? Let me know that in the comments section. Just two new releases, the rest just upgrades. Okay, yeah. Coens do neo-noir so well. They do indeed. No Country for Old Men, beautiful. Blood Simple, beautiful. Those are two high recommendations in the Criterion sale, both available on 4K Ultra HD in the Criterion collection of Coen Brothers films. I tell you what, if you're looking for some good neo-noir in the Criterion collection, Blood Simple and No Country for Old Men, I don't think you can do much better than that. I really don't. Adrian James from across the pond. How are you doing, sir? Hope you are doing well. Brian Smith has been wanting network a long time. Okay, I think I just read that. Yeah, I just read that. Let's see. I have the script for Miller's Crossing practically memorized. Yeah, I need to give it a rewatch. When I first watched Miller's Crossing, I just couldn't get into it. It just wasn't clicking for me. So I have the Criterion Blu-ray, and I'm going to at some point pop it back in the player, and I'm going to give it another watch. It's sort of similar to like Days of Heaven. When I first saw it years ago, didn't do much for me, but when I rewatched it, it just took it up a couple more notches for me. So I definitely can appreciate that film even more. So let's see, step-by-step photography and video. Very excited for the 4K of 310 to Yuma by my favorite Western director, Delmer Daves. Yes. All right. Let's see. Is it cold over your side? It's freezing here. It's a little chilly. I mean, it warms up these days to like the 60s, low up to as high as 70, but it's starting out very cold in the mornings. James, have you seen Pickup on South Street? Yes. That is an amazing film. I love that film. My favorite character in that film is Thelma Ritter as Mo. She is wonderful. Thelma Ritter is great in Pickup on South Street. Great Criterion recommendation. And she's also great this is not in the Criterion collection, but Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window with James Stewart. So she is wonderful in both of those films, but she is really good in Pickup on South Street. Love her character. Love her character. The Criterion version of Miller's Crossing is edited slightly. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my question. How so? Yeah. Sparky. Hello, Sparky. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right. So I got a little temperature check on how y'all are feeling, and I'm going to pop back into Criterion site, and we're going to check out some more of these titles for the month of February. Let's check it out. All right, so we've checked out 310 to Yuma and A Woman Under the Influence coming out February the 3rd and February the 10th. This is a 4K upgrade. If you don't already have 310 to Yuma, this would be a great time to get that Western. And then, of course, A Woman Under the Influence, great Cassavetes film starring Gina Rowlands and Peter Falk. This is going to get a standalone Blu-ray release, so that's exciting for those who don't already have the John Cassavetes set. And now we get a film that's part of another Criterion set from French director Jacques Tati. That is a fascinating film called Playtime, coming out February the 10th. It is getting a standalone release of Spine number 112 in the Criterion Collection on 4K Ultra HD. It's going to come out February the 10th on 4K Ultra HD. Apparently, now this is interesting, 4K Ultra HD 2 discs. So this is not a 4K Ultra HD. Well, wait a minute. Let's see. 4K Ultra HD Special Edition features one 4K of the disc of the film and one Blu-ray. Yeah, so it doesn't say 4K Ultra HD plus Blu-ray, but apparently over here it does say that it has one 4K disc and one Blu-ray. So that's a little clarification there. They may want to clarify that here, but it says 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray combo and then the Blu-ray edition, but no DVD option. This is coming on February the 10th. And this is part of this wonderful set of films called The Complete Jacques Tati. And in it, you have Parade, Traffic, Playtime, Mon Uncle, Monsieur Hulot's Holiday, and Jour de Fête. And you have Playtime here. Playtime, which is part of that. And this Spine 112, as you can see here, and it's getting this standalone 4K release. So this is the little Playtime sleeve from this wonderful Jacques Tati set. And if you look at the special features, now it says here, and this is very important to note, on this Blu-ray case, it says new 4K digital restoration. So this Blu-ray that came out a number of years ago was based off of, at the time, a new 4K digital restoration. And I can only presume that that is the same restoration that's used for this 4K release. So, because it doesn't say new, it just says 4K digital restoration. And if you look at the features here, I think the features on here are all the same features that are on this existing Blu-ray. I don't believe there's anything new here. I do see Chorus de Sour. Is that? I'm not sure if that is a new addition, but I think all of these features are pretty much the same as the features that are listed on the back of this Blu-ray that's part of the complete Jacques Tati set. So I don't think you're getting any new special features. You have the 3 select scene commentaries. Yeah, that's also on here. So I think all of these features are a carryover from the features that they provided before. But this is Jacques Tati's gloriously choreographed, nearly wordless comedies about confusion in an age of high technology reach their apotheosis with Playtime. For this monumental achievement, a nearly 3-year-long bank-breaking production, Tati again thrust the lovably old-fashioned Monsieur Hulot, along with a host of other lost souls, into a baffling modern world, this time Paris, with every inch of its super wide frame crammed with hilarity and inventiveness. Playtime is a lasting record of a modern era tiptoeing on the edge of oblivion. So, yeah, so this is, previously, let's see here. Yeah, so yeah, great stuff. Of course, these are some stills from the film here, as you can see here, from Paris as part of Playtime. I haven't seen this in a long time. I need to revisit these films. I'll have to decide if I'm going to actually pick up this 4K. I might consider it, but I'm sort of waffling on this one. I may get it, may not get it. I already have the complete Jacques Tati set on Blu-ray. Very happy with it. It already has the 4K restoration on this Blu-ray that is used for this 4K. So it's a matter of how much of a visual upgrade are you really getting. So that's part of what I would have to consider if I were to get this title. But this is coming out February the 10th, 2026. If you are thinking about checking out Jacques Tati films and you've never invested in this particular set, this would be a pretty decent entry point for you picking up this 4K Ultra HD edition of Playtime. So that is a consideration. And now we've got a couple of titles that are coming to Criterion through Criterion Premieres, as well as an Eclipse set, starting with this film here, Cloud, from Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Now, Kiyoshi Kurosawa is already in the Criterion Collection. He has a Criterion Collection release here called Cure, which again, we're doing Criterion sale recommendations as part of this, live stream. This is another recommendation. This is a fantastic film from this director, Kiyoshi Kurosawa, right here. It is Spine 1155. It's his 1997 film, Cure. Fantastic film that I highly recommend. Now, this is Cloud. I don't know much about this film. It says it's a gonzo revenge thriller or darkly comic anti-capitalist critique and a dizzying plunge into the alienated abyss of the internet. It's an audacious genre experiments to date from master of psychological tension, Kiyoshi Kurosawa. You have a factory worker. He quits his job to pursue his side business, reselling unquestionably procured items online at outrageous markups. His profits grow quickly, but so does his list of enemies, and the petty grievances of his disgruntled clients and competitors soon take on a terrifying life of their own. With slow burn precision, Kurosawa constructs a dread-inducing vision of digital depersonalization that ignites into something altogether shocking and unpredictable. So this is part of Criterion Premieres. This is the rebranding of Janet's Contemporaries. It's now called Criterion Premieres. Of course, you don't get much in the way of special features. You get a Meet the Filmmakers original interview. You get a trailer and some notes by a critic, Sean Gilman. But this is coming out on Blu-ray at that reduced SRP price. And of course, you can get it pre-order for $23.96. It's coming out on February the 17th. During the Criterion sale, this would be about $15, so at 50% off. It'll also be available on DVD. So everything has a price. This is Cloud. So this looks like a really fascinating film. I may be adding this one to my library. This is from Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Now, this is the revival of the Eclipse series. This is Eclipse Series 8 Lubitsch musicals. Now, I am not familiar with Ernst Lubitsch's musicals, but I do love the films that he has in the Criterion Collection. I'll just share with you the ones of his that I have seen personally. I've seen Clooney Brown, which is very, very good. To Be or Not to Be, which is wonderful. Heaven Can Wait. Really enjoyed that one as well. So yeah, these are the titles that I have seen. I have Design for Living, had it on my shelf for a while. I still need to watch it. So I need to watch Design for Living, but I've heard good things about it. But this is a set of films coming in the Eclipse series, the revival of that series that they recently have revived, starting with the Abbas Kiarostami Eclipse set that came out, I think, a month or two ago. Now they're coming with this Lubitsch musical. So they have the Love Parade, Monte Carlo, The Smiling Lieutenant, 1 Hour with You. So I'm not familiar with these films. They are from 1929, 1930, 1931, and 1932. So these are some very early films from Ernst Lubitsch. So very exciting. If you're a Lubitsch fan, if you love Ernst Lubitsch's films, this is a great opportunity to dive into some of his early work, his musicals. It'll be available on February the 17th in this Eclipse set on Blu-ray. SRP of $79.95, which means during a 50% off sale, it'll be available for $40. But this is a pre-order price of $63.96 coming out on Blu-ray. So it's only a Blu-ray option for this Eclipse series. Of course, again, the Eclipse series has come back in the Criterion Collection. Used to be a series that was only on DVD. Now it's been revived and it's now a Blu-ray series. So exciting stuff. This is Ernst Lubitsch musicals. So let me stop again, come back out, take a little swig of this juice here and see what y'all think. Let's see. Kind of surprised Cassavetes isn't getting the 4K treatment, but it does make his box set very appealing now. I would agree. I would agree. I would say I was just surprised that that Woman of Influence wasn't getting a 4K option. That would be, you know, I mean, for me, I already have the Blu-ray. So see, Drew's. Hi everyone. Hello, Drew. How are you doing? Did you pick up anything at the B&N sale? Yes, I picked up a few titles so far. I'm picking up a couple more tomorrow, and I am looking forward to picking up Eyes Wide Shut next week, Thanksgiving week. Can y'all believe that Thanksgiving is next week? It's insane, crazy. A lot of love there for Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Master Chaos, wonderful month. I've been waiting forever for The Man Who Wasn't There. Yes, nice classics. Cloud is on the channel, so I will watch immediately. That's a good point. That is a great point. I will probably do that as well and check it out and see if do I need to own it or just is just watching it on the channel enough for me. All right, so it was pretty good. Good to know. I'm such a Kurosawa, so maybe I'm biased. Okay. Glenn Ford is great. Yes, he is. James, what's your favorite film noirs? All right. My favorite film noirs. For me, they're two of the titans in the genre. Double Indemnity and Sunset Boulevard are like up here for me. Those are my two favorites by far. I've never seen 310 to Yuma. Will be a blind buy for me. Cool. Be a good blind buy. Exciting month. Yes, indeed. Great anti-hero in the big heat. Yes. 100%. The remake. Oh, the remake is solid. The remake is good. Good. Some love for Network. Love Network so much. Brought the Arrow release last week, and then this was announced. Oh my goodness. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, let us go back and let's check out these last two titles. These are the two titles that I'm most excited about, the ones that we're going to talk about now. And I definitely want to hear in the comments what you all think of these titles here. Starting with this film here from director Sidney Lumet, who, of course, is no stranger to the Criterion Collection. But this is his 1976 film Network. It's coming out in February 2026. So it'll be the 50th anniversary for this film Network. This is written by Patty Chayefsky, who also did the screenplay, I believe, for Altered States, the Ken Russell film starring William Hurt, that recently got a 4K Ultra HD release. That's also available from Criterion. He wrote that, and apparently he also wrote this film here, Network, that was directed by Sidney Lumet. So this is coming out on 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray combo pack, and Blu-ray, February the 24th. It is 121 minutes in color. It is Spine 1300. So Spine 1300, folks, is Sidney Lumet's Network. I just noticed that. So this is the media satire. I've heard great things about this film. I love Sidney Lumet. Of course, a couple of his titles in the collection that are highly recommended. These are some more Criterion Collection recommendations for 12 Angry Men. Now, this film has not only a Criterion edition, but it's also available, I believe, on Kino Lorber 4K. So I have the Kino 4K. I have the Criterion Blu-ray. This is a wonderful addition from the Criterion Collection that is highly recommended. It's one of the great films ever made. This is an early film from Sidney Lumet from 1957. Such a great film. Such a great film. It takes place mostly in one room, in a jury deliberating room, and it is phenomenal. It's Spine number 591 in the Criterion Collection. Highly recommended for the sale, as well as this title here. This is a title that might be flying under the radar for a lot of people, but this is a really good film. This actually would make a great double feature with another title that's in the Criterion collection that's from Stanley Kubrick, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, right? That is a great film from Stanley Kubrick. This is Failsafe from Sidney Lumet. These would make for a great double feature, and I would highly, highly recommend those. They're basically dealing with situations of, nuclear conflict. So very, very fascinating title there that I highly, highly recommend. So, so that is that. Those are two recommendations right there for 12 Angry Men and Failsafe. But this is Network. This is a media satire. It's an x-ray of the corrupted soul of a corporate-dominated America, startlingly prescient in its anticipation of today's outrage-driven news cycle. So it's a struggling television network. Ambitious executive Diana Christensen, Faye Dunaway, finds herself with a hit on her hands when disgruntled newscaster Howard Beale, Peter Finch, goes off script, transforming himself into a mad as heck prophet railing against the ills of modern society. So sounds interesting. I've never seen Network, but I am looking forward to checking it out. So this is, of course, Faye Dunaway here, and you see Peter Finch, I believe. So very, very exciting. This is coming out February the 24th on 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray, and coming out on Blu-ray spine number 1300 from 1976. So that is Sidney Lumet's Network. Now, of course, Sidney Lumet has 12 Angry Men, Failsafe, The Fugitive Kind, also The Wiz on 4K Ultra HD. So there it is. So there you have it. Those are some other titles from Sidney Lumet in the collection. So the last title coming out in the month of February is a title coming out on the same day on February the 24th from the Coen brothers that I just recently heard about over this weekend. And it's called The Man Who Wasn't There. So this is a film I had never even heard of before until this past weekend from Pete. And it's a Coen brothers film from 2001, and it's called The Man Who Wasn't There. The Coen brothers peer into the existential abyss of the atomic age in this coolly riveting, drolly, profound noir thriller. In a performance of masterfully calibrated understatement, Billy Bob Thornton stars as a disaffected barber in 1940s California whose suspicion that his wife, Frances McDormand, is cheating on him leads him down a crooked path of blackmail and murder. So this is a film that apparently was shot in color but finished in black and white, and fantastic, fantastic. I mean, look at these shots here. This looks fantastic. This is Frances McDormand here, and a young ScarJo here. So very fascinating. But this is coming out February the 24th on 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray, no DVD option there, and a plethora of special features here that you see here. So I'm super excited about this one. This is from the United States and the United Kingdom. It's from 2001. It's 116 minutes. It's in black and white, and it is spine number 1301 in the Criterion collection. So yeah, Billy Bob Thornton, Frances McDormand, very, very exciting stuff there. So yeah, this is the lineup here. You got 310 to Yuma coming out on 4K Ultra HD, 4K upgrade of existing Blu-ray title. You have a standalone release on Blu-ray of A Woman Under the Influence. You have Playtime getting a 4K upgrade. You have Cloud coming out that's currently on the channel. You have another Eclipse series release of Lubitsch's musicals, and then you get two new 4K additions to the collection in Sidney Lumet's Network and The Man Who Wasn't There. These are the two titles that I am most excited about coming in the month of February. So with that as a rundown, let's see what you all think of that. Let's see here. Archie says, good morning. I mean, good evening. Good evening to you, Archie. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. I'm getting a taste of noir for sure. Got the Edward G. Robinson noir set from King. Awesome. Let's see. Interesting with The Woman Under the Influence, it had a 4K theatrical release earlier this year, so a bit confusing that this is just a box set release. Yeah, I don't really understand that as well. I'm a little bit confused with. See here. I agree more classic noir will be great for Criterion. Next year is the 80th anniversary of Gilda, so it'll be amazing to see a 4K release. Cool. Let's see. Yes, I agree. After Blood Simple and No Country, Miller's Crossing was disappointing in my opinion. Yeah, I'll give it another chance. Hi, James. Are all of the February movies 4K releases? They are not. They are not all 4K releases. Woman Under the Influence is a Blu-ray release as of now, but of course, continue to check the site for updates. James, oh well, thank you, Jesse. I do appreciate that. Very nice of you to say that. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see here. Cure is incredible. Oh, I agree. Completely agree with that. We have Mr. Ken from Mid-Level Media here. I'm mad about these announcements, James, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Oh, oh my goodness. Let's see. See, these Lubitsch films are essential. Cure, Pulse, Tokyo Sonata, Serpent's Path, great Kurosawa films. Good to know. Yeah, I don't know why that's not a standalone title. I am not sure, to be honest with you. I really don't know. That's a good question. All right. Thanks for the update. Network for sure. Network definitely for sure for me as well. I'm definitely excited about that one. Hello, Mika. How are you doing? Hope y'all are doing well. You and Kira are doing well. And I hope you pick up all the great titles that you're looking for this month during the sale as well. John saying hello to Mika. Say Madhouse, yes, for Bong Joon Ho's mother. Let's see. A big thank you for the Cranes Are Flying recommendation. I love the film. I love the film as well. I don't remember who recommended it to me, but whoever did, thank you. That is an amazing, amazing film from the director who gave us I Am Cuba, which is available on 4K Ultra HD. Another recommendation for this sale. Mika says hello to Jeff. But yeah, so there you have it. That is the lineup for the month of February 2026 in the Criterion Collection. Some amazing titles that I think added to the January slate makes for a fantastic start for the Criterion Collection in the year of 2026. But let me know in the comments section below what titles you are most excited for February 2026, and also let me know what titles you are picking up in this November Barnes and Noble sale. Let me know all that in the comments section below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Peace. Good night, everybody.